in a month or less. I'm a star without a wedding. Let the bitter tears I'm shedding witness my distress. Here's a pretty mess. Here's a pretty mess. Here's the state of things. To her life she clings. Matrimonial devotion doesn't seem to suit her notion. Burial it brings. Here's the state of things. Here's the state of things. With a passion that's intense, I worship and adore. But the laws of common sense we oughtn't to ignore. If what I say is true, 'tis death to marry you. Here's a pretty state of things. Here's a pretty howdy-do. Here's a pretty state of things. A pretty state of things. Here's a howdy-do. For if what he says is true, I cannot marry you. Here's a pretty state of things. Here's a pretty howdy-do. My poor boy, I'm really very sorry for you.
Yes, I'm sure you are.
You can see I'm quite helpless.
I quite see that.
I can't conceive of anything more distressing than to have one's marriage broken off at the last moment. But you shall not be disappointed of a wedding. You shall come to mine.
It's awfully kind of you. But that's impossible.
Why so?
Today, I die.
What do you mean?
I cannot live without Yum Yum. This afternoon I performed a happy dispatch.
No, sorry. Can't permit that.
Why not?
Why, hang it all. You're under obligation to die by the hands of the public executioner in a month's time. If you kill yourself, what's to become of me? Why, I'll have to be executed in your place.
It would certainly seem so.
Now, Lord Mayor, what is it?
The Mikado and his suite are approaching the city and will be here in 10 minutes.
The Mikado? He's coming to see whether his orders have been carried out. Now look here, you see, this is getting serious. A bargain is a bargain, and you mustn't frustrate the ends of justice by committing suicide. As a man of honor and a gentleman, you are obliged to die ignominiously at the hands of the public executioner.
Very well then, behead me.
What, now?
Certainly, at once.
Cut it off. My good sir, I don't go around prepared to execute gentlemen at a moment's notice. Why, I never even killed a bluebottle.
But as Lord High Executioner...
As Lord High Executioner, I have to behead him in a month. And I'm not ready yet. I don't know how it's done. I'm going to take lessons. I mean to begin with a guinea pig and work my way through the animal kingdom until I come to a second trombone. Really, as a humane man, you don't suppose that I would have accepted the post of Lord High Executioner unless I thought the duties purely nominal? I can't kill you. I can't kill anything. I can't kill anybody.
Come, my poor fellow. We all have difficult duties to discharge at times. After all, what is it? If I don't mind, why should you? Remember, sooner or later it must be done.
Must it? I'm not so sure about that.
What do you mean?
Why should I kill you when an affidavit that you've been executed will do just as well? Here are plenty of witnesses. The Lord Chief Justice, the Lord High Admiral, the Commander-in-Chief, the Secretary of State for the Home Department, the First Lord of the Treasury, and the Chief Commissioner of Police.
But where are they?
There they are, and you'll all swear to it, won't you?
Am I to understand that all us high officers of state are required to perjure ourselves to ensure your safety?
Oh, why not? You'll be grossly insulted as usual.
Will the insult be cashed down or at a date?
It'll be a ready money transaction.
It will be a useful discipline. Very well. State your fiction in Ireland, Dorset. Ha ha, family cry. How do you like that, my buck?
But I tell you that life without Yum Yum.
Oh, yum. Bother Yum. Here, Commissioner, go fetch Yum. Marry Yum, but only go away and never come back again. Ah, here she is. Yum, are you particularly busy?
Not particularly. particularly.
I'll give you 5 minutes to spare.
Yes.
Good. Go with His Grace the Archbishop of Pooh and mail her you at once.
But aren't you very wise?
Now, don't ask any questions. Do as I tell you, and Nanki will explain all.
But one moment.
Not for worlds. Here comes the Mikado, no doubt to ascertain whether I've obeyed his decree, and if he finds you alive, I shall have the greatest difficulty in convincing him I've just beheaded you. Good thing that for hurry up.
Second, I'm certainly reckoned a true philanthropist. It is my very humane endeavor to make to some extent each evil liver a running river of harmless merriment. My object all sublime I shall achieve in time, to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner pant, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment. All prosy, dull society sinners who chatter and bleat and bore are sent to hear sermons from mystical Germans who preach from 10 till 4. The amateur tenor whose vocal felonies all desire to shirk shall during off hours exhibit his powers to Madame Toussaint's waxwork. The lady who dyes her chemical yellow or stains her grey hair puce, or mascaras her lashes, is painted in slashes in purple cerise and chartreuse. The idiot who in railway carriages scribbles on window panes, we only suffer to ride on a buffer in parliamentary trains.
But, 'tis, 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 'tis,
My object all sublime, I shall achieve in time, to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner pant, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment.
His object all sublime, he will achieve in time, to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner pant, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment.
The advertising quack who wearies with tales of countless cures, his teeth I've enacted shall all be extracted by terrified amateurs. The music hall singer attends a series of masses and fugues and ops by Baku de Rome, Spora and Beethoven, and classical Monday pops. The billiard shop whom anyone catches his doom's extremely hard. He's made to dwell in a dungeon cell on a spot that's always barred, and there he plays extravagant matches in fitless finger stalls on a cloth uncrewed with a twisted cue and elliptical billiard balls. My object all sublime, I shall achieve in time, to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner pant, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment.
His object all sublime, he will achieve in time, to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner pant, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment.
I am honored in being permitted to welcome your majesty. I guess the object of your visit. Your wishes have been attended to, the execution has taken place.
Oh? You had an execution, have you?
Yes, the coroner is just about to hand me a certificate. I knew it.
And this is a certificate of his death.
I am the coroner.
At Pooh, in the presence of the Lord Chancellor, Lord Chief Justice, Attorney General, Secretary of State of the Home Department, Lord Mayor,
They
and
were all there, Your Majesty. I counted them myself.
Very good house. I wish I'd been in time for the performance.
Oh, a tough fellow he was, too. A man of gigantic strength. His struggles were terrific. It was a remarkable scene.
Describe.
The criminal cried as he dropped him down in a stage of wild alarm. With a frightful, frantic, fearsome frown, I bared my big right arm. I grabbed him by his little pigtail, and on his knees fell he. As he squirmed and struggled and gurgled and gubbled, I drew my snicker sneak, my snicker sneak. Oh, never will I forget the cry, or the shrieky shrieked he. When I gnashed my teeth as from its sheath, I drew my snicker sneak.
We know it well, we cannot tell untrue or Uncle's tales. He always tries to optimize, and every time he fails. He shivered and shook as he gave the sign for the stroke he didn't deserve. When all of a sudden his eye met mine, and it seemed to brace his nerve. For he nodded his head and kissed his hand and whistled an ending me. As the saber true cut cleanly through his cervical vertebrae, his vertebrae. When a man's afraid, a beautiful maid is a cheering sight to see. And it's oh, I'm glad that moment sad was soothed by sight of me. My taste exact for faultless match,
that head was dead, for its owner dead was he. It stood on its neck with a smile well bred, and bowed 3 times to me. It was none of your imputed off and nods, but as humble as could be, for it clearly knew the deference due to a man of pedigree. And so I vow this deathly bow was his humbling sight to see. Though trunkless yet, it couldn't forget the deference due to me.
His haughty youth, he states the truth whenever he finds it pays. And in this case, he called to place exactly as he said. Exactly as he says.
Oh, this is very interesting, and I should like to have seen it, but we came on a totally different matter. A year ago, my son, the heir to the throne of Japan, bolted from our imperial court.
Indeed. Had any reason to be dissatisfied with his position?
None whatever. On the contrary, I was going to marry him. Yet, he fled.
I can't imagine why he'd flee from one so lovely.
That's not true.
No.
You hold that I'm not beautiful because my face is plain. But you know nothing. You're still unenlightened. Learn then that it is not in the face alone that beauty is to be sought. My face is unattractive.
It is.
But I have a left shoulder blade that is a miracle of loveliness. People come from miles to see it. My right elbow has a fascination few can resist.
Allow me.
It is on here Tuesdays and Fridays on presentation of visiting card. As for my circulation, it is the largest in the world.
And yet he fled, imagine that.
And is now masquerading in this town disguised as a second trombone.
Second trombone!
Yes, does it be trouble you two? My father asked me to produce him.
It's,
He goes by the name of...
Nanki Pooh.
Nanki Pooh.
Well, it's quite easy. That is to say, it's rather difficult. In point of fact, he's gone abroad.
Gone abroad? His address.
Tukwila!
What's the matter?
See here, his name, Nanki Pooh, beheaded this morning. Oh, where shall I find another? Where shall I find another?
Dear, this is very tiresome. My poor fellow, in your anxiety to carry out my wishes, you beheaded the heir to the throne of Japan.
I beg to offer an unqualified apology.
I wish to associate myself with that expression of regret.
We really haven't the slightest notion.
Of course you hadn't. How could you? Oh, come, my good fellow. Don't distress yourself. It's no fault of yours if a man of exalted rank chooses to disguise himself as a second trombone. He must face the consequences. It really distresses me to see you take on so. I have no doubt he thoroughly deserved all he got.
We are infinitely obliged to your majesty.
Much obliged, Your Majesty.
Very much obliged, Your Majesty.
Obliged? And not a bit. Don't mention it. How could you tell?
Of course, we had no idea who the gentleman really was.
It wasn't written on his forehead, you know.
Well, it might have been written on his pocket handkerchief, but Japanese don't use pocket handkerchiefs.
Something of that sort. I think boiling oil occurs in it. I'm not sure. I know it's something humorous, but lingering with either boiling oil or melted lead.
If your majesty will accept...
I'm not a bit angry.
If your majesty will accept our assurance, we really had no idea.
Of course.
We hadn't the least notion.
I wasn't there.
Oh, that's a pathetic part of it. Unfortunately, the fool of an act says, compassing the death of the heir apparent. Oh, there's not a word about a mistake.
No.
Or not knowing.
No.
Or having no notion.
No.
Or not being there.
No.
Well, there should be, of course.
Yes.
But there isn't. Oh, that's the slovenly way in which these acts are always drawn. But cheer up. I shall have it altered. Well, next session. Now, about your execution. Will after luncheon suit you? Can you wait till then?
Yes, we can wait till then.
Then, we'll have it after luncheon.
I don't want any lunch.
My poor fellow, I'm really very sorry for you all, but it is an unjust world, and virtue is triumphant only in theatrical performances. See how the fates their gifts are lot, for A is happy, B is not, yet B is worthy, I dare say, of more prosperity than A.
Is B more worthy?
I should say he's worth a great deal more than A.
A is happy, oh so happy, laughing on, laughing on, laughing on, ever joyous, ever gay, happy undeserving A, ever joyous, ever gay, happy undeserving A.
Well, here's another fine mess we've gotten us into with your nodding head and the deference due to a man of pedigree.
Merely corroborative detail lent to men artistic verisimilitude to an otherwise bald and unconvincing narrative.
Corroborative detail indeed. Corroborative fiddlesticks!
And you're just as bad with your cock and bull story about catching his eye and his whistling in air. But then that's so like you, you must put in your oar.
Oh, and how about you and your big right arm?
Oh yes, and your snicker-snee!
Well, never mind that now. There's only one thing to be done. Nanki Pooh hasn't started yet. He must come back to life at once. Ah, here he comes. Here, Nanki Pooh, I've good news for you. You've been reprieved.
Oh, but it's too late. I'm a dead man. I'm off for my honeymoon.
Oh, nonsense. Something horrible has just happened. It seems that you're the son of the Mikado.
Yes, but that happened some time ago.
Is this a time for airy persiflage? Your father is here, and with Katisha.
My father.
Yes, he
And
wants
with
you.
Katisha.
He wants you particularly.
So does she.
Oh, but he's married now.
Godfrey Daniel, what has that to do with it?
Katisha claims me in marriage, but I can't marry her because I'm married already. Consequently, she will insist on my execution. And if I'm executed, my wife will have to be buried alive.
You see our difficulty.
Yes. I don't know what's to be done.
There's one chance for you. You persuade Katisha to marry you, then she shall have no further claim on me. Then I can come to life without any fear of being put to death.
I married Katisha?
I'm afraid it's the only course.
Well, my dear girl, have you seen her? Why, she's something appalling.
Oh, but that's just her face. She has a left elbow that people come miles to see.
I understand that her right heel is highly admired by connoisseurs.
My good sir, I decline to pin my heart upon any lady's right heel.
It comes to this. While Katisha is single, I prefer to be a disembodied spirit. When Katisha is married, existence will be as welcome as the flowers in spring. The flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la, breathe promise of merry sunshine. As we merrily dance and we sing, tra-la, we welcome the hope that we bring, tra-la, of a summer of roses and wine. Of a summer of roses and wine. And that's what we mean when we say that a thing is welcome as flowers that bloom in the spring. La 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 la, la 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 la, flowers that bloom in the spring. La 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 la, la 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 la.
The flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la, have nothing to do with the case. For I've to take under my wing, tra-la, a most unattractive old thing, tra-la, with a caricature of a face, with a caricature of a face. And that's what I mean when I say or I sing, oh, bother the flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, oh, bother the flowers of spring. Tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la.
Katisha?
The miscreant who robbed me of my love. But vengeance pursues. They are heating the cauldron.
Katisha, observe a suppliant at your feet. Katisha, mercy!
Mercy? Had you mercy on him? See here, you have slain my love. He did not love me. But he would have loved me in time. I am an acquired taste. Only the educated palate can appreciate me. I was educating his palate when he left me. Well, he's dead, and where shall I find another? It takes years to train a man to love me. Am I to go through the weary round again and at the same time implore mercy for you, who robbed me of my prey? I mean my pupil. Just as his education was on the point of completion. Oh, where shall I find another?
Here. Here?
What?
Katisha, for years I have loved you with a passion that is slowly but surely consuming my very vitals.
Oh.
Shrink not from me.
if there is aught of women's mercy in your heart, turn not away from a lovesick suppliant whose every fiber thrills at your tiniest touch. True it is that under a poor mask of disgust, I have endeavored to conceal a passion whose inner flames are broiling the soul within me. But the fire will not be smothered. It defies all attempts at extinction, and breaking forth all the more eagerly for its long restraint, it expresses itself in words that cannot be weighed, that will not be schooled, that should not be too severely criticized. Katisha, I dare not hope for your love, but I will not live without it. Darn.
You, whose hands still reek with the blood of my betrothed, dare to address words of passion to the woman you have so foully wronged?
No, I do. Accept my love, or I perish on the spot.
Go to. But who knows so well as I that no one ever yet died of a broken heart?
Oh, you know not what you say. Come, listen. On a tree by a river, a little tomtit sang willow, tit willow, tit willow. And I said to him, Dickie bird, why do you sit singing willow, tit willow, tit willow? Is it weakness of intellect, birdie, I cried, or rather tough worm in your little inside? The shape of his poor little head, he replied, oh, willow, tit willow, tit willow. Oh, he slapped at his chest as he sat on that bough, singing willow, tit willow, tit willow. And a cold perspiration bespangled his brow. Oh, willow, tit willow, tit willow. Oh, he sobbed and he sighed, and a gurgle he gave, and he plunged himself into the billowy wave, and an echo arose from the suicide's grave. Oh, willow, tit willow, tit willow. Now I feel that I'm sure, as I'm sure that my name isn't willow, tit willow, tit willow. 'Twas blighted affection that made him exclaim, oh, willow, tit willow, tit willow. And if you remain callous and obdurate, I shall perish as he did, and you shall know why. Though I probably shall not exclaim as I die, oh, willow, tit willow, tit willow. He really did.
All on account of a cruel little hen.
Yes, my little chickadee.
Poor chap. He must have been terribly fond of her.
Oh, his devotion was something extraordinary.
Poor little chap. And if I refuse you, will you go and do the same?
At once.
Oh, no, you mustn't! Anything but that! Oh, I'm a silly little goose!
You are.
And you won't hate me just because I'm a teeny weeny bit bloodthirsty, will you?
Oh, Katisha, is there not beauty even in bloodthirstiness?
Well, when I'm good, I'm very good, but when I'm bloodthirsty, I'm even better.
There's beauty in extreme old age.
Do you fancy we are elderly enough?
Information I'm requesting on a subject interesting is a maiden all the better when she's tough.
Throughout this way, do you mean it's the general opinion that she'll last a good deal longer if she's tough? Are we old enough to marry, do you think?
Won't we wait until we're 80 in the shade? There's a fascination frantic in a ruin that's romantic. Do you think we are sufficient beauty?
To the last that you mentioned, I've given some attention, and I think we are sufficiently decayed.
That is so sing, very down, very evident, very on taste of down here, we'll marry, marry your party, marry till day is done.
Now then, we've had a capital lunch and we are quite ready. Have all the painful preparations been made?
Your Majesty, all has been prepared.
Then produce the unfortunate gentleman and his two well-meaning but misguided accomplices.
Oh, mercy for KoKo, mercy for Pitti, mercy even for Tuba.
I'm sorry, don't quite understand that remark.
Mercy even for Pooh.
My husband who was to have been is dead, and I have just married this miserable object.
Oh? Well, you've not been long about it.
We were married before the registrar.
I am the registrar.
I see, but my difficulty is, as you have slain the heir apparent,
The heir apparent is not slain.
bless my heart, my son.
And your daughter-in-law elected. Oh, traitor! You have deceived me.
Yes, you deserve a little explanation, but I do believe he'll give it better whole than in pieces.
Oh, Your Majesty, it's like this. It is true that I stated that I killed Nanki Pooh.
Yes, and with most affecting particulars.
Oh, merely corroborative details meant to lend artistic verisimilitude to another life.
Will you refrain from putting in your oar? It's like this. When Your Majesty says, let a thing be done, it's as good as done. Practically, it is done because your word is law. So if Your Majesty says, let a gentleman be killed, then a gentleman is told off to be killed. Consequently, he's as good as dead. Practically, he is dead, and if he's dead, why not say so?
I see. And nothing could possibly be more satisfactory.
For he's gone and married Yum Yum. Your anger may vary, for all will be merry. I think you had better succumb and join our expressions of glee.
On this subject, I pray you be dumb. Your notions so many are not worth a penny. The word for your guidance is mum.
Mum.